I've told you before that from time to time companies send me items. Some items I choose to review, some items I don't, just depending on what the item is. Well, this one box that I opened, it had a seat cooler inside, and I thought, what? That's awesome. When you're driving down the road, this keeps your seat cool. I've gotta test it out, and that's what we're going to look at today. If you're new here, my name is Jeff, and this is Jeff Reviews for You. I review a whole lot of products. I specialize in reviewing as seen on TV items. Once in a while, I do a little bit of a DIY just because I think it's a lot of fun. If that interests you, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and click the bell below. That way, you're notified every time I release a video just like this one. One more thing, don't forget to check down the description for my social media, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I would love it if you would follow me there too. Now, let's take a look at the seat cooler to see if it can keep us cool in these summer days. Here's our intelligent cooling car seat cushion. This arrived in an Amazon bag, so the box was pretty broken open, just like you can see here. Let's take a closer look at what's inside. Looks like I have some instructions. All right, that'll be good. I don't know what that is. This looks like it's our car seat, the part that sits on our car seat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look through our directions and then figure out how to use this. So this appears to be the spot that you sit on. The other side has this gridded look, and then of course the water parts are here, so I'm guessing you don't want to sit on those. So I'm going to try it this way. These pieces right here, you're supposed to put behind the seat, reach around and clip together. There is no labeling for the water in and the water out, so I'm guessing since it probably doesn't matter. You just put one on one side and one on the other. Now, there is no clips to secure this here, so I'm hoping that doesn't cause a problem. Here's where you add your water. It recommends adding cool water right into this reservoir. There is a rubber gasket right there, and then of course, it plugs into your cigarette lighter, and then there's an on-off button there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go set this up. I'm going to wait for it to get hot in the car, and then we will test it out. They're really just push fittings, so you just try to push on there as tough as you can. It's more of a compression fit, so once you get it on there, try to cinch it to the back. This one's being a little difficult, but you just work at it, and it'll finally get there. There we go. Just try to get it all the way to the side of the base unit here. After a few minutes, I'm pretty pleased with how they went in, and I'm real excited that my unit passed. The car's been baking in the hot sun all day. Let's see what the temperature of our seat is. 130 degrees Fahrenheit, that's hot. 54 degrees Celsius, it's reading at about 97 degrees Fahrenheit in the car. Let's set up our seat cooler to see if it can provide us some relief. The part where you add your water fits nicely behind the seat. I also have a power adapter right back here that only turns on when the car is on. So let's go set up the seat portion. Here are my tubes from the back connected to the water portion. I'm going to install my seat. It almost fits over my existing seat, which is pretty nice. I do have these optional ties that I can loop around the back. Right now I'm not going to unless I have some issues. So now I'm going to put some cold water in here and fire it up. We've got our cold water reading at about 55 degrees Fahrenheit or 13 degrees Celsius. Let's add it in here carefully. I need a funnel. Took about 4 ounces. We are installed and ready. I'm reading in at about 122 or so degrees Fahrenheit, which is 49 degrees Celsius. I'm going to turn this on and see how cool it gets. I turned the pump on and I immediately felt some water squirting through right here, or at least what feels like water in there. Let's see if we can get a different temperature. Yeah, that's lower, 83 degrees as compared to 117 degrees, both on the Fahrenheit. So I think that water is supposed to, oh yeah, it's getting cooler around here. Now I'm gonna go drive around and see how I feel. So I've been using this seat cooler now for the past 10 minutes, and I had to pull over to tell you what's going on. One, is it cool? Yes. It's about 10 to 15 degrees cooler depending on what side of the seat you're looking at. I've tested it with my temperature gun, so I was pretty impressed to see that. Now, every 15 to 20 seconds, you feel almost like a vibration. It's when the pump kicks on, it's circulating the water, and that feels kind of weird, but it is definitely repetitive. It's almost like sitting on an air mattress or like a waterbed from like the 80s. It feels kind of different, but I do like that it's cool. I'll update you to let you know how long the cooling feature lasts. I've been riding now for about 20 minutes. As you can see that this seat is reading in at 87 degrees Fahrenheit or 31 degrees Celsius, and the actual seat is reading it at 87 degrees Fahrenheit or 88. So it's really only a degree difference now, the seat compared to this. I'm thinking the cooling part is wearing off. I've been riding with this now for the past 30 minutes, and I will say it still feels relatively cool back here across the side. As you can see, it's about 85 degrees Fahrenheit, 29 degrees Celsius, where if we take a look at the other side, it's 88 degrees Fahrenheit and 31 degrees Celsius. So it's at least 3 degrees warmer Fahrenheit, and so I feel as though I'm sweating in this area, and this way is sort of cool in a straight line. We're going to dump this out and try something else. The manufacturer does recommend after each use dumping it out, but since it didn't reach the cooling that I liked, I'm going to try something different. So I reached out to the company, let them know that I would be reviewing this product, and they were very excited. They wrote back, said, hey, when you test it out, would you mind using ice and water? They want 1 part ice to 2 part water. I'm like, okay, I'll try it out. Wait, how am I supposed to get this ice in there? This is like the smallest area. You can't get ice in there. I guess you could crush the ice, but then again, not everyone has the ability to crush ice. Have to figure something else out. To solve my problem, I went to Chick-fil-A and they gave me some small ice cubes. We can put those in there. All right, so I'm gonna put some ice cubes in here, and then I'm gonna add some water in there, and then we'll test this out to see how cool it is. Are you ready to test this out? I'm running at about 107 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 41 degrees Celsius. I've got my ice water in. Let's start up the car and get this motor pumping. So we haven't even sat down yet. Let's check our temperature. We are at 107. Now, oh, it's definitely getting cooler. Very nice. So that ice cold water is zooming through. It's different at different areas, but we'll see. I want to give you my first impression of driving with the ice water. It is a whole lot colder than it was with just the regular water. I can't believe it made that much of a difference with such a small quantity. Plus, my original bottle of water was pretty cool as it was. So I've scanned the seat a few more times, and the coolest I've seen with the ice is about 83 degrees Fahrenheit, which is not so bad. I'm going to continue driving around to see how long this lasts. I've been driving for the past 45 minutes and it stayed pretty cool. Now, it's not as cool as it was at one point, but if I'm in the 80s here now, that's pretty nice. It got as low, like I said before, at 83, but I've definitely felt it warming up. I'm not sure if that's the material that I'm feeling, like this vinyl or what, but in my opinion, it's reached the end of the cooling part. In this video, we were taking a look at a seat cooler. And I'll be completely honest with you, when I first started, I thought this was going to be a seat thing that blew up air through it, because that's what I think a typical cooler should be. Well, this one used water, and did it do its job? Yes, it did. Cool water, it lasted about 20 minutes, and ice cold water about 40 minutes before I noticed a difference, okay? So if you don't mind adding ice to the reservoir, you might actually like this product. For me, the material I didn't care for so much, because when I'm sitting down on it, even with pants on, I could feel that it almost resonated heat into my legs. I actually started sweating. Even though it was pumping cool water through, I still felt that way. I did wrap it at one time with a purple pillowcase cover, and it helped a little bit. So I think as this product evolves, just the material change would be really beneficial. Anyway, if this is something that interests you, I will leave a link down in the description. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. As always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day. I really do appreciate that you stayed around for my entire review of the seat cooler. Now, you know what? During this video, when I was moving things around, I saw my pillow pad and I thought, what? How cool is that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link up that review right up here, and I would love it if you would click on this link. And when you do, by the magic of the internet, I'm going to join you at that review. So go ahead, click it. It's safe. I promise.